Ooh, okay. Probably just lots of plyometric workouts, which is kind of jumping onto boxes or onto steps or your sofa or just things getting that elevation. Lots of kind of hopping and two-footed jumping and bounding, and then as well just practicing the movement. So if they would mention, did you mention that running backwards and up, just kind of creating those footwork patterns in your garden or wherever you've got space, so running back and up and jumping, or getting someone to pass you the ball, as well, depending kind of on your age and what's suitable, but definitely a weights program that can help strengthen your legs will help you get that elevation as well. But lots of fast pogo kind of movement, so jumping nice and quickly on your toes and keeping the contact time nice and small on the floor, so you're getting the elasticity out of the floor and up into the air. In terms of the environment, I was expecting it to kind of go the way that it had, in terms of I've had Dan before as a coach at Thunder, and I knew that he would create the type of environment that he has, which is a really professional but then also relaxed environment, which allows everyone to kind of be themselves, and he appreciates everyone in their role and gives time to each player. It's not kind of, here's your starting seven and you kind of are extra training like bodies here. It's everyone's kind of got their role, and he's really he really focuses on progressing everyone's game. So that's been a really nice environment. The girls are lovely. A lot of them hadn't actually met before, so it was nice that everyone is so nice and welcoming as well. On the court, we obviously didn't expect to lose so many players so early on, so that's a big change that we've kind of had to adapt and deal with. But I think the players that have had to step up and do that have done a really good job, and we knew that we've got the depth in our training camp because we rotate through those combinations throughout the whole session, and as I said, Dan gives them that opportunity to take the bibs, so we knew that they'd do that job. Playing more keeper than I maybe would have first thought that I would have been, but that's just been a great opportunity. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just been exciting to be able to step onto the court and do my job and have impact, and not just kind of be someone that you might need to throw in kind of at the end. So it's been really nice to have that responsibility. So it's been great. It's been more than what I ever thought it would be. It's been amazing so far. I think it's a bit different. I'm not working as I'm primary school teacher trained, which I think is a lot more planning, marking, kind of thing on a daily basis, and the hours and the commitment, say, maybe not as flexible. So when the opportunity came about to work in Stockport Grammar with as head of netball development, doing the kind of netball sessions, my planning, obviously still have to plan, but there's not so much marking and things like that, and they've been really flexible because it is a specialist sport that I do. They've wanted me to be on board as much as possible, and so they've allowed me to work my trainings around what they needed. It was actually just luck that they wanted me to start work at 11:30 every day, which is kind of around the time when I finished in Leeds in the morning and I can drive down back to Stockport. So it did fit in naturally. They didn't have to be too flexible, although they have helped out on, say, for example, a Wednesday, or now with the Monday when we started matches. But yeah, I think I've always balanced lots of things. I'm doing a master's as well at university in my own time, and I coach, I think off the top of my head, about 6 teams outside of school. So I kind of always have a timetable, and then I just fill it with lots of things. I like being busy. So yeah, I think just making sure you make those times for those little pockets of things that you need to do, and I make lots of lists. I don't so much probably tick everything up on the list, but I love to make a list. I spend about an hour making a list a day. but yeah, I enjoy being busy, and I enjoy being around people, and school have been so supportive, and the staff there are all behind me, and they're messaging me all the time, and they're saying good luck, and they're saying you played well, and so it's just such a great environment to be in, and it's not a task to try and balance them all because I enjoy being at everything that I do. So I'm doing it in education, so it's a bit of a follow-on from a primary education degree. obviously in the Masters, you can tailor your kind of pathway to what you want to focus on, and you become the researcher. So it's not kind of as spoon-fed as my undergrad. So yeah, I've been kind of focusing and tailoring my Masters myself, really. So I've been looking a lot at kind of teacher identity, and then I'm now kind of slowly moving into teaching sport, really, which is what I never thought I would do, but I am. I think now I've been in the environment at Stockport and worked as an actual sports teacher as well as playing, just looking at kind of women in sport and the opportunities for them and my experience when I was in school. So that's what I'm focusing on at the moment. At MMU, which is Manchester Metropolitan University. So I don't actually attend the university. I do it all independently, which in a way is a bit harder because I have to actually be really strict with myself and find time to sit down and do it. I don't have any lectures or anything like that. We have kind of a few workshops at the start of each unit, which kind of set the unit up and give us a bit of a focus, whether that's kind of theory or research and practice and things like that. But yeah, it's with them. I did my undergrad with them as well. It's been good. My Masters can, if I would like it to, span over 6 years. So I'm sure there's some teams that we play who see me and think, I'm sure she's been at this uni for like 8 years. When is she going to leave? But no, it's been good. I've been involved in coaching at MMU as well with some of the teams. So it's nice to still be part of the university whilst also coach as well. And it's been a great university. They really supported me. I have a sports scholarship there, and they provide me with any extra support that I kind of need or don't have within the netball kind of program side of things. But yeah, it's great. My favourite thing, definitely probably like the culture that's been created. Our team, pre-game extravaganzas that Dan puts on to prep us and get us all kind of rally together before the match, and the staff, Mags and Sarah, and all the support that we've got, and Sean, they all are working so hard to make it the best experience for us all, and we're all just loving the new franchise, the opportunity to be the first ones, and we're just happy with what we're putting out there. We're enjoying our training. We're working really hard, and we're creating some really good performances out there in such a short space of time. And it's just exciting to see where we can go with it. We've got so much more room to progress, and we're loving the challenge of playing every team because it's completely different every time. And obviously we've not played them before, so it's kind of new every time. We don't know how we're going to match up to the teams, let alone the individual players. But I love being around the team so often in the week. I spend more time with them than I kind of do my family, and they, cringy as it sounds, we've made like a little family. So it's been really enjoyable. The travel there daily is just nothing because it's great when I get there. It's brilliant. I started because my best friend Olivia Grant Karen told me, I used to go around to her house often after school because my parents worked quite late, and she just told me one week, you're going to have to come to netball with me. My mum coaches at Trafford Netball Club, which is where I started, and she just said, you're going to have to come with me if you're coming round. So I just said, okay, and I didn't really even know what it was, but turned up. Back then, I was really tall for my age. I think I was probably about 5'7" when I was like 8 or 9. I haven't grown much since, but I was really tall then. And I loved sport. I loved all other sports at school and things. So I just kind of took to it. And they asked me, are you free on Sunday? Do you want to play? And I just said, yeah, okay. And then I've kind of never looked back from then. And I started out there at Trafford Netball, and I had Jean and I had Mrs. Edwards, who actually taught my parents as well. So that was really cool. And then when I turned about 13, 14, I moved over to Tameside Netball Club with Paul Harper and Jane Dayu. And yeah, just kind of worked up from there. But it was just all because my best friend at the time said, you're going to have to come to netball with me because I'm going. And that's it. Now I'm doing it 6 days a week. And it's part of my life still now. I'd probably just say you need to be a bit feisty and like you're not starting off with that ball and you need to get it. So you need to have that kind of dogged drive and relentlessness to just keep going and keep going. And something that Dan says to us about kind of playing against your attacker is that you might not turn over the ball in, that first quarter, your first second quarter and a half, but you're wearing that player down. And every time they've had to work extra hard to get the ball, you're slowly wearing them down and you're doing your job, and you might not have come out with the ball, but you'll reap the rewards later on. And that kind of resonated with me, especially playing keeper at the back there. You kind of have to get used to the ball going over your head a lot, kind of 8 times out of 10, but when there's a chance and an opportunity to get your hands to that ball, you've got to be able to be the one that gets there. So I think just being strong onto the ball and just relentless and just carrying on going until you've got that ball in your hands. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I'm meeting with Gareth today, who's head of the foundation and the community kind of support. And so we're going to be mapping out how that's going to look. We're really happy. We've got kind of over 100 people attending. We've got some really good quality coaches who are part of the pathway. And then we've got another player as well, which will be announced at some point. But just getting them moving again. A lot of them won't have moved a lot or played any netball. So lots of match play in there, just some technical sessions, with focus of defence, attack, shooting, ball work, coordination and ball handling. We're really keen to get them in kind of a classroom setting as well if we can. COVID kind of permitting, where we can kind of show them netball online, talk to them about setting little goals and just things like that. Netball quizzes, just a really fun day with lots and lots of different things, led by lots of different coaches, question and answers with players. We just want to get them moving. We understand that they've not done a lot, so we don't want to keep it kind of too technical but fun at the same time. Probably play into your strengths. And it is Dan who said that, because he values everyone in our team for their strengths, and he says it often. I've picked you all for a reason. I didn't kind of just look at what was there and go la 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 la. It's been because of your specific strengths and the role that you play in, all adding together to create that performance, and just play into that strength and not trying to play or be like another player or play like they do, or I need to be like them or I need to do that. It's just, you do that really well, so we need that and go and do that. So I think that resonated with me, because it's easy to kind of look across the Super League and think, oh, if only I could play like that, or if only I did that, or if I was really good aerially. And aerially, that isn't one of my strengths. I know I'm a tad smaller than some of the other defenders, but then naturally aerially, that's not my strength. So running my feet and coming round and getting front position and moving and being strong is my strength, and so working towards that, and it's helped me so far. So yeah, that's probably the best advice, just knowing yourself, playing to your strengths and celebrating that. Yeah, probably the same, but then also there are going to be times when maybe your game doesn't fit into the plan, or you're not getting the opportunity, or you have a setback, and just to understand that that's just part of the journey. I've had setbacks, and if you probably spoke to every player in the Super League, they will have had setbacks in some kind of capacity, and they wouldn't have been where they are without them. And just to know that there's time, just keep working hard, being realistic, obviously, but just if you're waiting for someone else to kind of turn up and do it for you, that they're not going to, and you just got to pick yourself up and just push on and work to your strengths. As I said, practice as much as you can, take on board feedback, and just work on your game, and the opportunities will come when they're right.